Hi, my name's Shawn Shaler. That's my friend Jesse, aka Jester
Hello.
Tyler, out on the socials. And welcome to Pokemalarkey, episode, I'm going to get this right this time, Universal episode 33, Murica episode 32. And it is
Yeah.
called the Flame Pokemon-Athon. And I'm so proud I got it right. I'm looking at it. It's like right back here behind the camera, so I'm cheating. But point is, I got it right. Jesse, hi, how are you, buddy? What are you up to? What are you doing? I know what you're doing, but I want you to tell me.
I have only done one thing since it came out, and that is Pokemon Arceus. Um, I am not far enough along to talk to you about it yet, except that I am very happy.
I'm so happy for you. And I listen. We were supposed to talk about Arceus, but I was kind of saving this piece of news because I had to time it out with my other podcast. Jesse, I've got a different piece of news. Remind me to talk about Arceus next week. My friend Chris Ford and I get to have a. We're going to call it a panel because there's no better way to put it. It's really just going
Uh-huh.
to be a room where we get to have some Avatar trivia at Planet Comic Con in Kansas City. We're gonna. I know, isn't that killer?
Oh
We're
my
gonna call
god,
it a panel because that's gonna make us feel like fancy and famous and important.
that's
It's
amazing.
that it's not because it's us. It's literally just because we emailed and said like, "Hey, can we have an empty room to do some trivia?" It wasn't because we have a podcast or anything like that, but it's still really cool.
It
So
is really cool. I love that.
if you, Jesse, you should come to Planet Comic Con this year. If you know, I
I
don't know what COVID situation will be like, but
don't care anymore. I will just.
personally, listen, not to get political, but personally, I'm at a state where it's like, all right, if I'm vaxxed and boosted and symptom free, personally, I'm just doing things, and that's how I'm living my life. And I don't want to tell anybody else how to live theirs. But Jesse, if you're to a comfortable state by that time and things are okay, you should come to Planet Comic Con, and
I
you should
will.
be the one person that attends our Avatar trivia. You know what? No, more people
Please.
will attend because Avatar is always so popular at
Everyone
Planet Comic
loves
Con.
Avatar. People will be there for the Avatar. They definitely will.
You could not like Avatar, and that's not like unheard of, but a lot of people at Planet Comic Con love Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
That's great.
that's my
That's great.
exciting news. I'll talk about Arceus next week because
Exciting news.
whether or not I have it, which is irrelevant right now. We'll talk. It'll be my thing next week. Thanks for indulging me in some news. I would say it's time, if you're ready, to talk
Ready.
about the Flame Pokemon-Athon. The Flame
The
Pokemon.
Flame Pokemon-Athon, the Great Fire Pokemon Race. First broadcast, United States, October 21st, 1998. Our heroes, lost again, more or less, come to a prairie where the Laramies, a family of Pokemon ranchers, live. From the daughter of the Laramie family, they learn that a race is held at the ranch once a year that measures the growth of everyone's Pokemon. Team Rocket, however, attack her because she's the race's top contender on her Ponyta. Um, and they're working with her rival to let him win so they can steal Pokemon. Surprise, surprise. Injured, the daughter of the Laramie family decides to give up on the race, trusting her hopes of victory to Ash, who has to learn how to let a Ponyta, which is very famous for its fire mane, trust it enough that he can ride it without it burning him to death. Who will be the winner in the race between Ash, Brock, Misty, and Team Rocket? They all ride. Misty rides on her Starmie. Brock rides on his Onyx. It's a lot of fun. Um, the little turd who's working with Team Rocket,
Fucking
Dario.
Pikachu rides Squirtle, also, for the record,
Pikachu rides Squirtle.
which I just don't understand.
It's very cute though.
It is, yeah.
Dario rides a Dodrio, which is a fun Pokemon to ride. I love that ostrich running down the road. Ash working with Ponyta. Ash, they're trying to beat Dario, and then Ponyta evolves through sheer will to win into Rapidash. So Ash and Rapidash manage to win. Ash and his friends bid farewell to the ranch and continue their way into the Safari Zone. Meanwhile, Dario blames Team Rocket, has them tied up to a tree, and our last image of Team Rocket is getting pecked to death by Dodrio's 3 heads.
I have some qualms with that, but I'll try to go in order. First of all, the accents, it's not so much that they're offensive in this episode. I don't know that they're offensive. They're off-putting. I'm going to say they're off-putting. It's awkward. And then second of all, Dario, nobody would like that guy or work with that guy in reality.
No, what a little douche.
I don't think. And then the third thing is that at the end, when he does try to cheat, and then he accuses Ash of cheating, which is really stupid because like people are watching this race, man. Like people are literally watching you, and then he gets kicked into oblivion or whatever because he tries to attack Ash.
Yep.
And Rapidash, which is a terrible choice. To attack, not Rapidash itself. But then afterwards, like Team Rocket sort of takes the brunt of the beating at the end. It's like, no, I don't like that, because that takes the focus off of the fact that in this episode, Dario is the bad guy because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But that's really my only commentary, my big notes there, outside of that. It's kind of another episode where you got a little bit of just like, go Ash, like good job Ash, to it.
Go.
2 consecutive episodes, sort of.
Go Ash, quality Ash content. I just, the voice of that girl, it ranks right up there with Joey Wheeler in the Yu-Gi-Oh dub.
It really is. It is the Midwestern over equivalent of Joey Wheeler, and it's real rough.
It is so terrible to listen to.
The worst part, though, is one of the people that greets her and wishes her luck the next day, and I can't try to replicate it, and I don't remember exactly what he says, but it's like the second person that wishes her good luck, and when he speaks, I'm like, that's just a person that they pulled out of the, like, wherever they work on computers in the studio, and they're like, hey, what do you think Midwestern people sound like? And he's like, I don't know. I've never left the East Coast before.
God, it's so stupid and so funny.
Not offensive, just off-putting.
That's off-putting. I really enjoyed the race overall. I will tell you, my favorite moment on the race, period, is when Onyx with Brock and Rhyhorn with that other guy come to the river, and Rhyhorn and Onyx are both made of stone. Rhyhorn jumps on that rock and just plunges into the water, and Onyx looks so sad.
He looks broken for his rock pal. There's no way you're digging that Rhyhorn out of that. That Rhyhorn is dead.
That Rhyhorn has sunk through the bottom.
He's not coming back. He's dead. And the kid riding the Voltorb just in general is kind of amusing.
That was fucking impressive.
It was just a really cute, amusing. I don't know, like that's something that easily could have been skipped entirely, but it was just very well done. It's cute. And
it was a fun choice.
Yeah, so that was very cute. And at the end, I did think it would have been really funny because remember, Ash is doing better, but he's still not actively catching Pokemon.
That's true.
At the end of this episode, it would have been really funny if it had been like, hey, like last week somebody gave Brock a Vulpix because they bonded, and so I was wondering if I could have your Rapidash because I'm shitty at catching Pokemon. You keep the Growlithe. I'll take the Rapidash. Although Arcanine is like a low-key top 5 for Shawn, honestly.
Oh, wow.
I like dogs and I like fire types.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Jesse, other thoughts on the episode, or Ash grades, whichever.
I don't really have much thoughts about this episode overall. It's a fun idea. It's a nice. I hate saying it because half of Pokemon is filler, but it does feel very much like just a silly thing, but very enjoyable. If I had to give Ash a grade here, I would again 2 weeks in a row A-. He does nothing dumb. He's pretty he gets a Ponyta to trust him and even helps it evolve. It's pretty great.
I think my only qualm is that we've got another episode where he doesn't actually catch a Pokemon, and in this one he does not win a badge, but not his problem necessarily in this episode. So yeah, I'm cool with an A-. Listen, maybe that's what it takes to be an A+ is like like catching a Pokemon, the thing that you're supposed to do according to the song that we hear every week. Maybe that's what an A+ is. You have a good, thorough episode, and then you catch a unique Pokemon at the end of it. Maybe that's what it takes.
That's it. You got to catch a Pokemon after a decent attempt. No throwing a rock. No just throwing a Pokeball.
Right, you can't knock it out with the Pokeball.
It's got to be the full rigmarole.
That being said, Ash, we're pretty proud of you. 2 episodes in a row where you've done nothing sort of deplorable.
I would also give him an A+ if we would have a normal gym battle where it's just a gym battle.
It's a really long, like, hard-fought gym battle that is not interrupted and is actually well fought in terms of what we know as strategy, and not just Ash yelling out attacks that Bulbasaur's can't do.
Yes. Very important.
Yeah, okay. A-. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Jesse, let's move on to our Poke-adjacent topic, which this one was submitted this week by user Shawn Shaler. Wow, that guy writes in a lot. That's crazy. And Shawn Shaler asks, if you could have a fictional, living, breathing, organic companion to ride on, so flying, swimming, somehow submarining, I don't want to know how that works, running, gallivanting, whatever it is that these fictional animals, that's important, animals do. Give me your fictional favorite creature to ride along and or use for transport.
If I kept it to Pokemon, I think just to alarm some people, I think I might ride a Mr. Mime. just piggyback my way across country on that spindly little devil. I think that's the winner. That's the best.
I want a non-Pokemon answer, but I'm going to give a Pokemon answer. You think of a non-Pokemon answer. I'm going to say Dragonite because I've always wanted to ride a dragon because I like dragons. But wouldn't it be funny if the dragon that you finally ride is this big, dopey-looking piece of crap?
God.
That would be so incredible. And the thing with dragons is I feel like dragons could probably swim. We don't see that, but I feel like dragons could probably swim. They can fly, they can run, and you got the whole fire breathing thing too. So you're kind of armed and dangerous. So that was my first one. My
oh, go ahead.
Do you have a non-Pokemon answer?
I do. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on, I'll tell you what it is. It's in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I want to ride an Acklay, which is that big, like, if you've seen Attack of the Clones, it's the big crab-looking thing that goes.
Oh, that's sick.
Spikes. I'm into that.
That's beautiful.
I let that crustacean skitter me around the planet.
It's terrifying and also awkward enough that you can't look away. Like, I see you and I'm scared, but I also gonna keep watching.
Live in fear.
I think I really want my second one to be a bird. So in my favorite video game, which is Dragon Quest VIII, an integral piece is that you ride on like a griffin. No, it's not a griffin. It only has 2 legs. It's a large bird. I also like the griffins in Harry Potter. But the more and more I think about it, I think what I really want is one of those massive elephant things from Lord of the Rings.
An Oliphant. Nice.
Yes, thank you. Good. That feels very majestic. It has a Shawn air of majesty to it. Now, if you really twist my arms, I like the idea of a griffin because I like having the 4 legs to like run on ground also. And again, I feel like if tried, I feel like a griffin would swim if it had to.
All good answers.
Yeah, all good answers.
I love that.
Thanks for indulging my questions. I mean, not my questions. The user submitted questions.
User Shawn Shaler's
didn't come from me. And thanks for hanging out with me on Pokemalarkey, Jesse. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate everybody else for listening and watching.
And now, we're gonna go play Arceus some more.
We're gonna go play Arc. You know, I'm actually gonna start digging up some Avatar trivia questions, man. I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. So in the meantime, though, we'll see you next week. Have a great week.
See you next week. Bye, everyone.